Hi guys, Mike here, getting ready to close out 2022. So first, Happy New Year to everybody. A while ago, I did a video on gluing the gib into the tailstock here. I think that was about 3 years ago, maybe even longer, I'm not sure. But it actually finally came off. And I thought this would be a great opportunity to show what I did, because in the first video I only talked about it. I didn't show how I did it. I just realized I've had this machine for over 10 years. I know some of my first videos, I said some things about it that I wasn't really happy, but truth be told, it has performed really good. The biggest problem that I've had was that split nut in the cross slide table. I've replaced that about 3 times. It just, you make one mistake and it's done. But other than that, the machine has performed really good, and I've taken pretty good care of it. It's paid itself back 100 times over and is going to continue to do so. So, at this point in time, it's been a good machine. I got nothing bad to say about it. So basically, the gib here, now this is what goes in here on the tailstock, and then you turn this to stop the tailstock from sliding. So what happens is I take this on and off a lot. The way it is, you got to kind of hold it in, and you can see here with the wheel here that it's not easy to do it. I've pinched my fingers a bunch of times, so I could tell you right now it's definitely worth doing. It's very simple to do. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how I did it. So all we need to do this is a good RTV silicone. I'm using this gasket maker stuff. This is, came out of the little end there. And, you just want one that's going to stay pliable and that can be a little on the stretchy side. This stuff works really, really good. This is what I used last time, and it lasted many years. You need a wire brush for cleaning the surfaces real good, and in here I have a little bit of acetone to make sure they're dry so the silicone adheres as good as possible. Okay, so the most important thing is making sure you clean the surfaces really good. I've cleaned both surfaces. Have it so that I have it propped up with this 2x4, so when I put this in, it's going to sit pretty much parallel the way I want it. Now, the only thing that's really important is the little adjustment screws that are in here. You want to back them up a little bit, down, back them off, just so that we know that when it's in this position, that it's going to clear, it's going to have enough clearance so that it slides on here. We don't want it too tight. I have a little over a 1/16 of an inch there, which is, I found that to be adequate. So I have taken this out. We'll put that in after it's dry. And the next step is just to apply 2 silicone beads. You want to make sure you don't interfere with these, one here and one here. And put that in, let it dry overnight, and we're good to go. So here you can see I put the 2 beads, making sure not to touch anything. And now I'm just going to take the gib. You want to make sure you have it in the position it's going to go in so you're not fumbling around. And now I'm just going to carefully push it down. And I'm going to let it, seeing that I'm parallel, I'm going to let it set up overnight. You can see the silicone in there. All right, this side probably would have liked a little bit more, but I think it'll be adequate. So we'll let this dry overnight, and we'll regroup tomorrow and see how it works. Okay, so I've let this set up overnight. I do want to add that after the video yesterday, as you can see, I did add more of the silicone. I didn't have enough. So you want to put a pretty generous amount. Just make sure it doesn't interfere with anything. So it's all set up. It's in there real good. Let's see how it fits. Alright, so I'm trying to do this while holding the phone, but you could see, put it on so you can see it slides right on. Kind of hard to see, but you can see there's a gap there, about 1/16 of an inch. I went ahead and installed this. I'm going to pull this to the end. Okay, so now it slides. This tightens it. Silicone stretches, release it, and it brings it back. So, you know, basically it just holds it in there nice. Hopefully this time around it works as good as the first time and lasts a couple of years. So anyway, there it is. I highly recommend it if you're pulling this tailstock on and off as much as I do. Have a great new year, everybody.